Hello, good morning everyone. Good morning, good morning. It is Saturday and I'm just coming on for a live stream. Um, just impromptu, just going to have a chat, see what's going on. Again, we're playing the chicken game. So if you've looked at the chicken, unlucky, you've just lost, you've already lost the game. Okay, so it's kind of a super Saturday. Interesting things going on today for for Sunderland. Anyway, it is a today is the final. The for those who play watch football. I'm not really particularly into it, but this has caught my interest because of where it is. Sunderland. Sunderland has not had a very happy history recently. In football, and they keep getting a chance to go up to the next league above and then bottling it and losing it and then getting to the chance and then losing it. And once again, there's going to be a football match down in Wembley, and the Mackems have taken over. They're everywhere down there. I've seen the pictures of Trafalgar Square and stuff, just full of Mackems. It's great. It's funny. I hope they have a great time. I hope they have fun down there. Will they win or will they bottle it again? Who knows? We'll find out. It kicks off at 3, I believe. My daughter really wanted to watch it, but she's actually at like a sort of drama acting type class at the time, and she'll just have to try and figure out what happened afterwards. I was trying to look into this, like seeing if I could pay for like just to watch the match. Like there is a thing you can do through a thing called Now TV where you can just pay a one-off just for the 24 hours to watch it, but it's like live telly and you can only pause for like 30 minutes or something. That's going to be no good because she's going to be out for like two or 3 hours, you know, at the just at the wrong time for it. So that would be a waste of money. I don't know. I guess by the time she gets back, there might be clips on YouTube and stuff like that. It's a really awkward one because I wouldn't have minded paying to a little bit to for her to be able to watch it or watch it like after the fact, a couple of hours later. But yeah, doesn't seem to be any kind of good option there. I think it's because the way football is, all the rights are owned by these big companies, so I think it's Sky Sports or something like that. And yeah, so you can pay to like watch it live, but you can't. Yeah, it's not like Netflix where you can just click on a show like after it's happened. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I've got that wrong. Maybe I'm being too much of a boomer, and there's some kind of convenient way to do it. If there is, I don't know what it is. So there's that. There's that going on for Sunderland. It is a kind of super Saturday. So yeah, am I optimistic? I don't know. Technically, they should be able to win it, but at the end of the day, it's Sunderland, and we do tend to bottle it at the last minute. So we'll see, and we'll see. So there's that going on. It is as well the last day before that summit happens that I was talking about, where a certain treaty will be getting signed, most likely. I said before it was 193 countries involved. I think it's actually 194. I maybe have got that wrong, and it's actually more countries than I thought. What was interesting is that the petition against that, saying that in the UK, anyway, the UK petition saying we should have a referendum before we sign anything like this, did get over 100,000 signatures. So technically, it's supposed to be debated in Parliament. The thing is, if it hasn't happened now, it's too late. It starts tomorrow. The thing starts tomorrow for I think it's 22nd to 28th of May. And whether the signatures happen during that time period, I imagine they probably will. And then I think it's within a sort of 2-year framework. They've got like a timeline of where various things happen and various things kick in. But it basically gives the WHO full kind of world control in certain circumstances, which supersedes the individual countries, as far as I'm aware, as far as my understanding. If I've got that wrong, correct me. Put in the comments if I've got that wrong, but that's how I read it. So anyway, so on that, let me just see if I can bring some stuff up. So if let me just share this one, and then if I go down here, something else I found was interesting was this thing. It'll probably be too blurry on your screen. It's not the best quality, but there was a PDF that was found. I saw. Now the PDF was dated November 2021. Apparently it's summarising a meeting that happened in March 2021. So what is now? NTI partnered with the Munich Security Conference to conduct a tabletop exercise on reducing high consequence biological threats and examining gaps in national and international biosecurity. Blah 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 blah. Pandemic preparedness architectures. Yes, the kind of thing we've been talking about. Um, so this was one of these sort of things where they do a what if scenario, don't they? And they sort of try and plan. And it sounds initially on face value sounds like a good thing. Yeah, worst case scenarios, what's going on? What would we do to combat this? So bearing in mind, so this is March 2021. Okay, March 2021 allegedly. If this hasn't been doctored, if this is correct, then the summit was in March. Or this meeting or whatever it was, and this PDF was produced in November 2021. Okay, so what's in it? Some very interesting stuff. So we've got here, in a proposed scenario, May 15th, 2022, monkeypox outbreak in Brinia, wherever that is. Proposed number of cases and deaths. No international warnings or advisories, blah 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 blah. Jump forward a little bit further. January of 2023, 83 countries had been affected by that point, 70 million cases, 13 million deaths. Interesting little scenario they've made here. But the date in particular, middle of May 2022. What have we just had lately? Have you seen the news? Oh, monkeypox started to show up here, there and everywhere. In places where it wouldn't normally, and where people haven't been to West Africa, and it's usually speaking, it doesn't transfer between humans very easily and things like that. Whereas, maybe, but would a modified version do that? Maybe. I know we're getting into the realms of conspiracy here, but when you consider this was written in 2021, and it's got that specific date, middle of May 2022, which is where we are now, and it's kind of happening. Interesting. Yeah, okay. If you got any thoughts on that, put it in the comments. Put it in, or if you're live now, put a comment. We want to chat about that. But I just found that interesting. So there was kind of a meme I found about it, which I thought was funny. So, sort of Bill Gates here with the needle prodding the monkey with the meme. Come on, do something. I probably shouldn't laugh. Because. Oh, that was give credit. It was at Grand Old Memes. I think that's somebody who makes memes. They made that one. I didn't make that one. But I don't know why I'm laughing. In a month's time, we might all find ourselves locked down again, mightn't we? If this monkeypox thing spreads. Here we go again. Yeah, I'll put it out there as a conspiracy, but my theory is that this is all kind of planned. I'll not go into the exact reasons, but yeah, I don't think this is just happening just because. I think it's all part of a plan, to be honest. And if people, when they have things like this, March 2021 meeting PDF, November 2021, and it has that kind of stuff in it with that exact kind of scenario and even date, it does seem a bit suspect to me. But anyway, that's going into the realms of conspiracy. So I'll close that down now. So, what is going on now? Is there anybody in the chat? Just have a quick look and see if there's any chat questions. Okay, no questions there at the moment. I haven't really prepared anything else. I'll just have a quick drink. Ah, that's nice. Okay. I've just signed up to Uber for the first time. Haven't used it yet, but for the first time in ages, we're actually going to a party tonight where I'm not going to be driving. So I will actually be able to have a beer with some family members, my wife's family. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And obviously to get there, yeah, I'm going to try Uber for the first time. Wish me luck. I hope it works. But yeah, first time using Uber. That'll be interesting. What are your experiences with that? Any of you use that? Usually I'm just the one that drives us everywhere. So usually that's my job, and I don't drink because I'm driving. But yeah, or because sometimes I'm on keto diet. I'm going to take a few days off for that, and then I'll have to get myself back into ketosis afterwards. But yeah, one of the first times in a long time I'm actually going to go in and actually have an actual beer. So yeah, that should be fun. What am I going to do? Should I have a quick look at the news? Let's see what's going on, shall we? Let's Google. Try Google News, because the BBC is usually insufferable. I mean, Google News isn't much better, to be fair. But let's see if I share screen. Boris Johnson under pressure to urgently explain why he privately met Sue Gray to discuss handling of Partygate report. Oh, are they really still going on about Partygate, really? In a way, I'm kind of glad for it. I mean, I know they were being idiots and hypocrites, and the thing that actually made me angry about it was the fact that at that time, I think it was around the time when people weren't even able to attend funerals and things like that because of all those restrictions. That I found disgusting. If it had been my close family, I think I would have tried my best just to break the rules and sneak on in there because just it was ridiculous. But anyway, that's just my opinion. But anyway, yep. So they were daft and they were having these parties and stuff, whatever. I'm kind of glad they did. It might sound odd, but this is my reason, my thinking for this. Here in the UK, here in England in particular, because no, we were one of the first to start lifting stupid restrictions. It was kind of good for us that they'd been that hypocritical and been caught, because it kind of meant that then everyone could sort of say, yeah, balls to you. I'm not sticking to these stupid rules. They're not actual laws. They don't make any sense. You don't believe in them. Neither do I. I'm just not complying. And because they were kind of caught breaking it all themselves, I think it kind of put more sort of impetus on people to be able to just sort of say no, we're just not doing this anymore. So people would go into shops and just with no masks on and stuff like no, I'm not getting involved in this nonsense anymore. And we were one of the first to start taking away all these sort of stupid measures that did nothing. I mean, if you're a fan of actual science, you'll know that yes, a level 4 biolab full face mask thing would stop an illness of that small size, that's even smaller than influenza. But anything shy of that level 4 sort of helmet, it's not doing anything. It really isn't doing anything. I'm sorry. If you believe they work, okay, you believe what you want to believe. The science says no, they don't. It'd be like trying to stop a mosquito going through a one of those wire fences. Just one of those ones with the big gaps that are about that big. Sort of like to stop a football going through. Trying to stop little mosquitoes going through something like that. It's just ridiculous. But this is the way the media and stuff works. It gets enough people that don't use critical thinking to just believe it. Oh yeah, it helps. Oh yes, I'm doing my bit. No, you're not. You just no. Are you walking around in a level 4 biomask suit? Maybe then, yeah. But no. If not, no. I mean, this is why we have, and just I don't know. The whole thing was just idiotic, and to start with, I mean, respiratory diseases like colds and flus. The reason we still have them is because of the way they change, and then if they could create an effective like vaccine, I don't even want to call it a vaccine. It's not. It's a jab, right? Just don't get me started. Don't get me started. I think I've shown my hand there. I think I've shown a little bit of some of my views on that. But the whole reason I thought it was good that they got caught, the politicians, was it meant that we don't have to take them seriously. We just say no. I just don't comply. I'm not even going to give you a reason. Just no. Weren't even proper laws. Anyway, that's. I'll move on. I'll just get myself in trouble. So Russia halts gas supplies to Finland as payments row with the West escalates. Okay. Didn't they ask for them to be paid in rubles for the gas? Maybe Finland isn't complying. Not sure what the story is there. I'm not going to go bother with the whole article. I think I'd seen somewhere that Erdogan in Turkey did actually veto a couple of NATO applications. I don't know. I'd heard the reports here last. I don't know how you pronounce Mariupol. Defenders have surrendered. Russia claims. I think they were the ones that were the alleged Nazi group, the Azov battalion and all that kind of stuff. So, Stuart J. Lee, greetings. Yeah, hello. Good to see you. If you got any questions, anything you want to chat about, just pop it there in the chat. Nice to have somebody here in real time. Good to see you. Yoga teacher 34 murders world-class cycling star 25 in jealous rage over dating her ex. Oof. Yeah, okay. Nasty stuff. Man, it's crazy isn't it, how the relationships, they can end in such. Yeah, I'll move on from that. I'll move on. Oh, hang on. Jamie Oliver stages Downing Street protest. Did he go ahead with that? Did he? How many people turned up? Like, are we really going to listen to Jamie Oliver? Do you remember what this was about? I talked about this on my other live stream. It was about oh, hang on, stupid cookies. Yeah, whatever. it was all because supermarkets wanted to be able to do like cheap 2-for-1 deals on unhealthy meals and stuff. And my opinion was like, yeah, sure, people should be free to buy that or not buy that. They're not going to go suddenly, oh yes, actually, yeah, because Jamie Oliver got the government to ban this, that means I'm going to get healthy now. No, no, no. It's like with me when we're talking about my weight fluctuating and stuff. It's only when I've gotten to a weight that I'm not happy with, and I've decided to myself, right, I'm going to do something about this now, and then I go on the keto diet and lose a stone or something. Until that point, until I've decided in myself, yeah, I need to make a change here, it's not going to change. And yeah, this is sort of basically blocking people from doing cheap 2-for-1 deals or whatever on unhealthy meals. That's not. That isn't going to make the world healthier. I don't. My opinion anyway. This is my opinion. I just don't think it will. If people want to buy the meal that's really bad for them, they'll do it. And if they can get 2-for-1, yeah, I don't think it being a little bit more expensive is going to make them suddenly think, oh, this is great. Jamie Oliver made this more expensive, therefore I'm going to change my whole lifestyle and get healthy. No, Jamie, just jog on, Jamie Oliver. Maybe you have a different opinion to me than that. Maybe you do. If you do, let me know in the comments. Or if you agree, yeah, let me know. But me personally, Jamie should just bot out of such things. I think a more effective campaign would be if he was sort of pressuring the government to use tax money to make healthier foods cheaper. If he wanted to subsidise towards fruits and veg or whatever they deem to be the healthier foods. Yeah, why not pressure the government to do that instead, rather than just sort of pressuring the government to put pressure on supermarkets to say stop making unhealthy stuff cheap. I think, well, no, people, especially with the cost of living crisis going up and stuff, we want cheap food. Of course we do, and some families are going to rely on that. Even if it is a bit unhealthy. So yeah, I think he's going in the wrong direction with that. From my understanding, that was what it was all about. It was all about him, just the supermarket thing, and he was trying to get them to stop doing cheap 2-for-1 deals and stuff on unhealthy foods. But yeah, anyway, enough about Jamie Oliver. Hang on, haven't I already read this one? Is this just cycling around again and again? Escaped prisoner phones Birmingham Live to say jail's driving me insane. Okay. Is he from Birmingham? I think that might be your issue. No offense if I've got any Brummies in the chat, I'm just messing around. I'm just having a joke, mate. Yeah, some of this I've seen already, haven't I? Liz Truss, we will give Moldova weapons to stop invasion by Vladimir Putin. Interesting. Well, has Putin said that he has any intentions on invading Moldova space? Not that I'm aware of. As far as I was concerned, he was only going after those areas in Ukraine that kind of used to be Russia anyway. But I don't know. If you know anything about that, let me know. I'd have to look up on the map again where Moldova is. You've got Romania, Moldova, Ukraine. I don't know. I don't think Putin's ever said anything that I'm aware of that he's looking to go into that area. But if they want to give him defensive weapons, okay. I don't think they'll need them. I don't think Putin's going there, but okay, whatever. More money for us to spend on arms, I guess, as usual. Oh, the meat-free nuggets. Can meat-free nuggets challenge chicken? No. No, they can't. Not in my opinion. All this push for plant-based, meat-free, you actually look at them, they're usually terribly bad for you, I think. Lots of bad fats and things. I haven't looked into it too much, but I just don't see the push for it. It's really weird. It's really weird. The people that are in power, the globalist types, sort of seem to be very anti-meat, anti-beef, all the stuff that is actually pretty good for you, in my opinion. Natural meats and fats from animals and things is actually, we've been sort of sold this line for years. That's the bad stuff for you. And since I've done sort of keto diet a bit and stuff and things like that, and some of the research I've done, I actually think people seem to be a lot healthier if they do that kind of diet. Beef and cheeses and milks and all that kind of stuff. So all this push for all the everything meat free. It reminds me of something funny once. Years ago, I was in Asda, I think it was, and instead of calling these things like veggie balls or something, they had it meat free meatballs. Meat-free meatballs. So what, balls? Just basically just balls. You could have called them like veggie balls or meat alternative. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but just the way they just said it on the package, meat-free meatballs. It made me laugh anyway, so I was like, "Right, so balls then, just balls." Uh, uh, but yeah, not for me. I like the proper meat, chicken, beef, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Did you see the pictures as well? The meat-free chicken nuggets. They look like rubbers, like what the Americans call razors. You know, it just did not look good. Did not look good. I mean, maybe they taste amazing. I don't know. I'm sure they can put chemicals and stuff in them and make them taste amazing. But what are they like for your body? I would venture probably not that great. But you know, I could be wrong. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to get some chats on any of this stuff. Plan to prevent food shortages amid fears of biggest rail strike in modern history. Well, the thing is, the food shortages I think are coming regardless of a rail strike. This is to do with like there was the massive floodings that we had in China a year or two back, and rice crops. We've got the wheat that's not going to come from Russia and Ukraine that you would normally have because of what do you call it? Well, because of the conflict. You know, there's less of that farming going on. Supply chain issues. Yeah, I think there's going to be an issue with that coming. You know, there'll be a delayed effect on that, but I think that will come regardless of whether or not there's a rail strike or not. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. I mean, it won't help, will it? You know, a rail strike, that's not going to help the issue. But they're usually temporary issue. That's usually a temporary delay, isn't it? Oh, like the Suez Canal. Do you remember that? I found that hilarious. That boat got stuck in the Suez Canal. Just like the biggest ship you've seen in your life. It just like looked like it tried a 3-point turn and got stuck. And man, that caused such issues. I mean, you can imagine if you were relying on parts for like building cars or whatever, and it was stuck there. So you could either turn around and go a long way around, or just wait and hope that they can get it unstuck. And it took a few days, I think. I can't remember how long it took now. But the only thing that was a problem with that is that some of those boats that stuck behind had like livestock on, you know, animals, and they were like only had a certain amount of food and stuff to keep these animals like alive. So that was horrendous. I think people were doing various things to try and sort of use smaller boats to get food out to them to keep the animals alive and things. So that was pretty bad. But yeah, I would not want to have been the do you call it the driver or the pilot or the captain of that ship, whoever it was that was in charge of that ship. That was not a good day at work, was it? That was not a good day at work. You caused billions of dollars worth of delays. I shouldn't laugh at this stuff, but you know, I'm a bad man. What am I going to say? I find these things funny. Apple's board of directors reportedly tried out its upcoming AR and VR headset. I'm not too interested in that metaverse kind of stuff. Yeah. There's a song from. Do you remember the movie? Not the movie. The TV program called Scrubs. And the sort of title sequence was "I know I'm no Superman," and that song has a lyric in the full song. It's quite funny. It says, "You've got your love online. You think you're doing fine, but you're just plugged into the wall." And that's what I think about the metaverse and stuff. Not really interested. I like real life, you know. I'm old like that. Let me have a quick look at this. Yeah, some stuff about Jimmy Savile. Yeah, they were thinking of doing a BBC thing. That's not a good look. The BBC weren't they the ones that sort of covered for him for Jimmy Savile while he was alive? Yeah, I don't think they should really be making anything to do with Jimmy. I would think they would have a bias in terms of trying to make themselves not look as bad as. Yeah, I'll steer clear of that subject. Okay. Johnny Depp's lawyer Camille Vasquez takes starring role. Yes, because she did a really good job on cross-examination. Quite impressed with Camille Vasquez. What was funny was as well at the end of the cross-examination of Amber Heard. You know, Johnny was quite pleased, and they just had to share this little hug, you know, in court, which was genuine, I believe. And then the next day, I think it was the next day, there was some kind of really crappy fake one between Amber Heard and her lawyer Elaine, the awful woman. Elaine, oh dear, she's not great at times. And it just seems like completely staged, you know. But this lawyer Elaine, I don't know if you've been watching any of it at all. There was at one point where she was trying to say something that she shouldn't really say, so they kept objecting. Objection, Your Honour. Lack of foundation. Objection, hearsay. And she was trying to come around the question at different ways to try and get this question in, and every time it was getting smacked down. No, objection. Objection sustained. And, and this lawyer Elaine, she just kind of looked up and she just went, I'm trying. like on the podium. Oh, that's not a good look for you, Elaine. It just basically shows that you're just trying to get something in that's not relevant or not you shouldn't be doing, you know. And she couldn't do a job properly. It wasn't a good look for Amber Heard's lawyer there. But anyway, yeah. So as you can tell, I've been following a bit of that. I'll continue following it until it ends because I'm finding it interesting. Sorry if you're not finding it interesting, but I'm finding it interesting. There's been some comedy moments as well, like the mega pint of wine, and Johnny's just like, a mega pint, like what you talking about? That was funny. What's this? Lewis Hamilton super happy with Mercedes' progress as Charles Leclerc tops practice. Okay, so if he's happy, which he isn't usually, I don't think, is he? Super happy. Maybe they've gotten to the bottom of their problem. They were having a problem with the bottom of the car with it sort of bouncing out and porpoising, and because this year I believe they can use the underside of the car to create downforce to suck the car down to give it grip, and I think Mercedes hadn't worked out a very good way of doing that, and it was causing them issues. I think that's where the issues lie. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody knows more about Formula One than me, and put it in the chat. I don't know if their engine's got any issues or whether that's solid and it's just the aerodynamics that they're having an issue with. I think Ferrari and Red Bull seem to have it pretty much nailed on. They're consistently really fast at the front, battling each other. So yeah, Mercedes behind, which I don't mind. I quite like seeing a bit of variation every now and then. I don't like to see the same person dominating year after year in Formula One. It was a bit like that with Vettel years ago. It just was a bit. Vettel was kind of funny sometimes, just because he was just, if things weren't going his way, he was just so petulantly kind of like I don't know, like throwing his dummy out the pram and stuff. It's like, come on. Even when he was winning races, if things just weren't going perfectly, he was like having a stress about it. It's like, seriously, dude, you're like 10 seconds ahead or something. Just, good grief, chill out. But he came across to me as very highly strung, which I guess to be a sportsman at that level, maybe. I mean, I guess that's why he won so many times. But yeah, I kept thinking, man, dude, just chill out a bit, yeah. Maybe he's more chilled now, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, so I'll try. I think there's one on this weekend. I better set that to record, actually. Or did I? I think I set it to record. I never get to watch these things live, with my kids and stuff. I'm always with them at that time, or they're watching something they want on the telly or what have you. So the only time I get really is for that is late at night, when they're both in bed, maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night, through to midnight and beyond. So if there's anything I really want to watch, that's when I tend to do it. I tend to be a bit of a night owl. Yeah, I've just kind of got used to it over the years of just living on not as much sleep. Boeing hopes third time's a charm for Starliner test flight. Hang on, these are way behind SpaceX, aren't they? Didn't it? It was the same time period when it went from NASA to they opened it up to the public thing to be able to try and do the technology for resupplying the International Space Station and stuff like that. And yeah, just basically, I think Elon Musk was just streaks ahead, like in terms of how many flights they've done and how many things they've done, and for the cheaper cost and stuff. But yeah, private industry does tend to do that better than anything sort of government run. There's government run, you're just going to get loads of people creaming loads of money off stuff and being expensive, and yeah. I don't know mega loads about it, but speaking of Musk, isn't it interesting that whilst he's beaten the living daylights out of Twitter in his thing to sort of buy it, and exposing them for various things, all of a sudden these sexual allegations come out against him. out of the blue after like 20, 30 years. Yeah, interesting timing there. I mean, we'll see what comes about of that, but it gives me an instant distrust with the timing. I think a lot of stuff is politically motivated. Um, Twitter has basically been the mouthpiece for left-wing kind of politics and stuff for ages. They silence opposing opinions. They silence facts even. They call it disinformation even when it isn't. Even when later on it proves to be not. But they're like, oh, our bad. We just cancelled that link and wouldn't let anybody look at that news article. Oh, what a shame it turned out to be true, but it's too late now. Anyway, don't get me started on them. But it's like literally the one. I mean, those people of that political persuasion have everything else. They have Facebook, they have Instagram, they have whatever. Um, and Elon threatens to just get control of just one of these social medias, and and then they're all like, no, 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 you can't, no, we'll have to dig up some dirt on Elon. We've got to stop him. He's crazy with him wanting free speech. That's ridiculous. We can't let people have free speech. uh, yeah, maybe I should steer clear of that subject too. I keep saying that, but then I talk about all these things that YouTube's not going to like, which is why this channel's not going to go anywhere. But I guess it's not really what it's for. I'm going to talk about what I'm going to talk about regardless. But yeah, I don't imagine this getting shared on its algorithm. No, no. Susan would not like my content, I don't think. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope detects something weird happening in our universe. Yeah, all of life is pretty weird, to be honest. I'd say everything happening in the universe is pretty weird, in my opinion. So yeah, basically point that telescope anywhere, it's going to pick up something weird. Here we go, monkeypox. Time to worry or one to ignore. Ooh. BBC, let me see. Surely they're going to fearmonger it. Surely, 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 surely. Now, this is the thing. When I looked up about it, it's apparently like mild, and most people get over it within 2 to 4 weeks, right? So I bet that's not what the narrative that's going to get pushed, though, is it? Unless they're going to say this is a different version, which is more fatal. We'll see. Time will tell. Let's be clear, this is not another COVID. Yeah, well, we'll see. And we're not days away from lockdowns to contain. See, when they say something's not going to happen, makes me think, yeah, you're not very reliable, though, are you? It might be the opposite of what you're saying might actually end up happening. We're not days away from lockdowns. Yeah, not days, maybe weeks, months. Who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised if it comes in, particularly with this thing getting signed this weekend, allegedly. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Actually, I'm going to steer clear of this subject because I'll just get yeeted. Cool. Right, I think that's enough for now. Yeah, like I say, Super Saturday for Sunderland. Are they actually going to get back from the depths of League One to the Championship, which is still not the top tier? That's the Premiership. I don't know. I hope so. I hope so for the people, because the fans, fair play to them. Like, even though Sunderland's been bashed down to the Championship and then down to League One and been stuck there for a few years, have been consistently supporting their team, as it should be, because it's their home. But like big crowds, 40,000, 35,000, 50,000. Yeah, consistently supporting, and I think that's great. Even if we're doing rubbish. So, if it's your sport, great. I mean, I'm not particularly into football. When I was younger and teenager, I was more. I used to watch it then, used to play it and stuff. Now, I mean, I can still find it entertaining. If it's England playing like a big competition or something, I'll get behind them. They're our boys. Maybe I should reword that. I'll support them. I've only been to about 2 or 3 football matches my entire life, I'll be honest, and I'm like over 40. But the last one I went to was, I got a chance to take my daughter to see the England women's team playing the Brazil women's team, and that was pretty good. It was good atmosphere. Yeah. Other than that, it was like smaller venues like Grimsby. that was quite rough, but good fun. But yeah, like I say, it's not really I tend to be sort of more into motorsports and stuff, but I don't ever get a chance to go to things live usually, just stuff on the telly. You got any stories about sport and stuff like that, or events you've been to, or things that you saw happen at a ground? Let me know. Put it on the comments. I'd love to know your stories. But let me see how long I have been talking to you for. I have been waffling to you for coming up 35 minutes. Okay, surprises me every time. I don't. It doesn't feel like I'm talking for that long, and then I look and it's like over half an hour. So yeah, okay, I better shut up. I'll catch you all on another live stream. Yeah, I'll just do these as and when I can. Hope you have a great weekend, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I will see you later. Bye.